G'day guys, and today Shorty and I are going to do the tips for round 18 of the 20 AFL season, matey. Big round coming up.
Yeah,
and
I'm pretty excited about it.
Well, mate, sometimes you just got to be a bit more up and about for it, just because footy hasn't been that great lately.
No, I am excited.
Yeah, gee, the body language is showing great.
I'm the one beating you in the tips, alright?
Oh, he's going a low blow there. Well, let's get into this week's, mate, and see if I can do better.
Okay.
Well, I've got at least 3. I don't know how many I'm going to finish up with, but I don't want to know about it. But anyway, Hawthorn and Richmond at the MCG. I got it right this time.
Yeah.
Rather than last week. How do we say this one?
Hawks by 21 points, mate. The Tigers just choked it up, didn't they?
Oh, yeah.
Should have beaten the Dockers and they didn't.
More than I did this morning and have been for the last 2 weeks. Got a bit of a cold, guys. Just letting you know, if you haven't seen the review, I'm not feeling great. So, yeah, I'll try and be as happy as Larry.
That's the way, mate. But, yeah, I can't tip against the Hawks. I don't think I have the whole season. And
No.
I'm not going to now.
Fair enough. I've gone with the Hawks by 28 points. Early in the year, I said I'll tip the Tigers in this game, but with the Hawks' form at the moment, it's the best I've seen them play in my time.
Yeah.
Richmond did get them twice in 2012 by 10 goals and by 41 points in 2013 in rainy conditions, and they were potentially their best as well, but I don't think they can this week. So the Hawks are as good as it gets at the moment.
Yeah, they're looking mint, aren't they?
For sure, you'd love to be a Hawks fan right now, but Geelong and Brisbane at Simmons Stadium probably looked iffy a few weeks ago, this game.
Yeah, but we've strung a couple of good ones together, haven't we? So I think we'll get
well.
the job done here. I've tipped us by 39 points.
Nice, mate.
Part of me wanted to go about 10 goals, but we just don't tend to smash sides these
Yeah,
days.
I wanted to do the same.
Yeah, 4-quarter performance just isn't quite there, and we're likely to lapse for a quarter here and there. So
Yeah, that's us.
I think around that 6 or 7 goal mark will be pretty accurate.
Beautiful, mate. I've gone with the Cats by 6 straight goals, 36 points. I think at home, even though we haven't been that great this year, we're too good, but I think it's more or less a reflection on how bad Brisbane are going at the moment. They're really struggling to find some form. Injuries hamper them as it usually does, and I think we should get the job done.
Sounds good to me.
Swell, mate. Collingwood and Melbourne at the MCG. Didn't these guys play like 3 or 4 weeks ago?
Yeah, it didn't seem that long ago, did it?
Freeze MND, maybe around 10 or something like that, but how do we see it?
Yeah, a bit like Melbourne and St Kilda. Wasn't that long ago either, like we probably mentioned.
No,
but,
I reckon that was even less.
Yeah, yeah. But I've gone the Pies by 61 points, mate. I think they're going to bounce back and really smash the D's here. I don't know if I was influenced by watching the D's today. At the moment, they're struggling against the Saints, and
At the moment.
I hope they don't get up and win and make me look like a fool at the moment. But I think the Pies have got a real opportunity to finally get some 4 points here. They did have one against the Dogs, but it's been a tough run for them, and I think they'll get off to a good start, seize their moment, and they're not going to hold back. I think they'll be keen to get a win, and when they do, they'll go on with it, I feel.
Excellent. I've gone with Collingwood by 12 points. They're generally close games, these ones, and last time was a bit of a goal fest, which was quite surprising. I don't know if they'll have Elliott or Cloak back, but I don't think it's going to matter too much in that department. Maybe against better teams they might, but I think Collingwood will just be a bit too good for Melbourne. Seem to have more match winners, I suppose, and Melbourne's game style doesn't really stand up maybe against odds like Collingwood, who average a good score each week. The next game we have is Sydney and Adelaide at the SCG. Sydney, well, we don't know how they're going because the game hasn't started yet, but they'll need to win it regardless if they want to be top 4 side.
Yeah, exactly right, and I think they will win it. I'll tip them in a closer one by 11 points. The Crows have surprised since the events a few weeks back. We thought they might drop off, but they're playing inspired football at the moment. You wouldn't think they could beat the Swans in Sydney, though.
No.
That would be a major upset, one would think.
Yeah, certainly.
Franklin was laid out today. Tippett's still out, and I think he will miss again. Franklin, you just never know, but I still think Sydney will win.
Good stuff, buddy. I've gone with Sydney by 25 points. I think at home helps them, and they're not too bad at the SCG, and I think more or less Adelaide aren't up to that standard. We think they're a good top 8 side, but if they make it this year. But I think the last time they got the Swannies to the SCG was 2012 by a kick.
Yep.
And I think Sydney will just be too good on this occasion.
Yeah, can't argue with you there, mate.
Yeah, tough to say why. But they're better than Adelaide, one would think. Carlton and North Melbourne at Etihad Stadium. North did it pretty easily against the Lions.
Yeah, not exactly a Saturday night blockbuster, as you sort of suggested before the video, I should say.
Yeah.
I think North will get the job done by 28 points here. The Blues, gee, wasn't that crazy in Friday night? Never have I really turned a game off of footy on TV. I rarely do that. We stopped watching before half time.
Probably quarter and a half through, I reckon.
Yeah, it was amazing. Just you knew what was going to happen, and it just got worse and worse and worse. And
you wanted them to do well, but it just was never going to happen almost.
Yeah, so they'll be shaken up by that. The Roos won't be inflicting that sort of damage on them, you wouldn't have thought, but have hit some reasonable form themselves, so definitely a win for the Roos here, I think.
They're stringing a few games together, aren't they? So I'm tipping them by 19 points. They're in some alright form at the moment, and the Blues I don't think are a huge match for them. They have upset them in the past, but in general, North generally get the job done, and I think they will do it so again.
Yeah,
by 19 points. There you go. As I already said, Gold Coast and West Coast at Metricon Stadium. Don't think the venue will have too much of an influence on this result.
No, Ablett, that'll have some serious influence.
That's an even better point. Yeah, for the rest of the season.
More than likely, I think it's definitely sort of 3-4.
Yeah.
Would you really bring him back for a game or two?
They're not in finals contention.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought so. He might just put up the boots for now and look to next year. But Eagles by 54 points, I think, mate. The Eagles are in good form, providing they win tonight, as they're playing at the moment, I believe. But yeah, it's a bit of a no-brainer, really. I mean, Suns lost their best player in amongst a lot of other players they've lost in the last few weeks and this year. The Eagles are flying, so
good stuff. Win. Yeah, I'm tipping the Eagles by 43 points. Yeah, the fact that Gary Ablett's out nearly answers the question for you there, and Metricon Stadium probably doesn't have a great influence without Ablett, and I guess their best team, but West Coast are in sparkling form, providing they are competitive, if not win against the Swans tonight. So I think, regardless of tonight's result, they'll win. I think.
Yeah, nice.
Port Adelaide and St Kilda at Adelaide Oval.
Nice, mate. I'm tipping the Port Adelaide.
They have to win if they want to be any chance.
They do, don't they? And they should too. I think the Saints, as we've touched on before with young sides, it's one thing to win in Melbourne and a nice little car trip and with the bus with the boys is nice, but when you got to travel to another side's fortress and that, it makes it a lot tougher. I've tipped Port Adelaide by 18 points. Again, the fact that they have to win. They're not playing great footy at the moment, Port Adelaide.
No, certainly not.
I think they'll be too strong. In a closest game, mind you.
Good stuff. I've gone with Port Adelaide by 39 points. I think they'll get it done relatively comfortably, but they certainly won't smash them, I wouldn't have thought.
Yep.
They just haven't found that form where it smashes teams this year, so hasn't been stringing together. But Port Adelaide at home, big plus for them, and it'd be much closer, as Chris Scott would say, even if it was at home in Melbourne.
Yeah.
It'll be closer next time we play GWS. So Port Adelaide should be too good on this occasion. The Western Bulldogs have Essendon at Etihad Stadium. I reckon it'll be a bit closer than what some may think, with a good performance against Port Adelaide.
Yeah, the Bombers are kind of playing with almost a free lease of life kind of thing. A few young guys are playing well. O'Brien is one who's probably leading the way.
Yeah, he's doing well.
Yeah,
and
so
Sean Edwards is going pretty nicely too.
Yeah, he can kick a long goal, can't he?
He loves him.
I think
David Lotes or
David Lotes. Oh, mate, Lotes, yeah.
like him. Go on.
Yeah, no, you're right, mate. I think they're starting to play some decent footy. Finals obviously is an option. They're almost free of the shackles a bit, playing with a bit of dare. But I still think the Dogs will win. 22 points, if I didn't already say it. But the Doggies are travelling nicely. Had a good win over the Pies.
Yeah, they sure did.
Yeah, so that's all I got for you, mate. I think the Dogs.
Solid, mate. I've gone with the Western Bulldogs by 21 points.
Oh, really? There you go.
Yeah, hence my Yeah, the Dogs are in some pretty good form, barring that loss at the Cattery, but in saying that, they dominated the play, but we made the most of our chances, I guess. But I think the Bombers generally do alright against the Dogs, but I think on this occasion, the Dogs are in probably career best form since 2010, 2011, so I think they'll be good enough to beat the Bombers.
Yep. Nice.
And the Bombers are travelling amazingly well. High scoring game against Port Adelaide, but I think they both played that way to allow that to happen. So there you go. Dogs will win by a few goals.
Yep.
But the final game is Fremantle GWS at Domain Stadium. These sides have played a few games, which is the last round, Twilight Sunday game.
Okay, yeah. I think the Dockers will be comfortable winners here.
Without understatement.
44 points I've tipped them by.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just, I don't know, the Giants are I was their fanboy for a while there, but they've just sort of tapered off. I don't think you can blame it on them being younger than that. They've been in the system for a while now, but certainly injuries to key posts and stuff, and a bit of fluctuation in a few players' form, so just a bit off. But yeah, the Dockers will be very glad to have pinched that one off Richmond. Goes a long way to probably ceiling top spot almost.
Yeah, they'll take that any day of the week.
Yeah, so great win for them, and I think they'll notch up another one here.
Beautiful stuff, mate. I've gone with Fremantle by 67 points. I think they'll comfortably
Smash
win it. Smash them, yeah. We'll call it. A shellacking's anything 10 plus goals, so there you go.
The definition, is it?
Yeah, so they reckon on the 2011 Melbourne Geelong game.
Oh, yeah.
Or was it? No, it was a Fremantle game in 2009, actually.
Okay.
Last game of the year for us. So I think Fremantle at home are going to be too good. They haven't been in great form, but have improved the last few weeks, if you like, or gotten back to some of their better form of the year.
Yeah.
The Giants don't travel that well, especially WA. They've been thrashed there at times and almost been flat track bullies. Or flat track bullied, I should say.
They've copped it, haven't they?
They've copped it a bit. Yeah, a few big 100 point plus margins against the Dockers and also the Eagles, so they'll have their work cut out for them, no doubt.
Yeah, no, good work, mate. Good work.
Those are our tips for round 18.
Nothing different there, mate, was there?
Yeah, surprisingly, but you did say it was an easy round, so thanks for saying that before I actually got around to them. Feel free to put in your tips, guys. Don't forget to comment them, and don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it. Share around to all your mates, and don't forget to subscribe as well. That'd be fantastic. And check out our other videos as well. We do the Cats reviews each week and Q&A. So if you have any questions for us, you can ask us, and we'll give you an answer within the week.
Yeah,
on a video. So there you go. Get around it, guys. Thanks for sticking around anyway, and we'll see you all next time.